Alrighty, welcome everyone. RDXRZ, 3 for Death, Resurrected Zombies here, giving you another one of these videos of how I make lyrical videos, right? Well, this one is how I make advanced lyrical video coverages. That's right. This video is going to go over how to make the wallpaper move a little bit, It's also going to go over like some duplications, like some duplicate on how I make the process a little more easier in a way. But it's also going to go over certain animations and all that stuff. And at the very ending portion of this video is going to be how I make glitchy lyrical placements. That's right, which is one of my secrets and one of the most unique aspects to my lyrical videos is the glitchy lyrical placements. So, yeah. Sit back, relax, and follow along. Enjoy the video. I am basically taking you behind the scenes of things. Just like my previous video, if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend you check it out, so that way you know what you're doing. And, yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight into it, shall we? So, yeah, we're going to start with Into Yesterday's, just like our previous video. No other song, Don't feel like getting copyrighted or anything. But, like getting copyrighted with, like, multiple songs in one video, you know what I mean? No. But, yeah, so how do I make the wallpaper move? Well, I'm glad you asked, because there's a method to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the image with our finger or thumb or finger, however you like to call it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way over and duplicate it. So we're going to click the duplicate. Okay? Now that we've done that, we are also going to duplicate this little, this little thing that I made on the previous video. Which, if you haven't seen that, go check it out. You'll know how to make what I'm about to duplicate here. So, here we go. Okay. Then we're going to go up on the previous one. We're going to delete that. Okay. Then, what we're going to do is click on the very bottom image. The one that's brand new, right? We're going to go into animations. Now, there's our in, overall, and out. I'm going to do in for now. We're going to do some outs. And we're going to go overall. Now, this is basically how I get the image to, I guess, sort of move a little bit. There's different kinds of things here. You can play around with it if you like. But I'm going to do flicker. Okay, I'm gonna do flicker. And the reason I'm going to do flicker is, watch this. I'm going to slightly bump the image up just a tad to where we can get, basically the image to move a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and click play. See how that's moving? That's basically how I did that. So, if you want it to move a little more aggressively, we click on the same image with all the same animations and stuff. We're going to go over to duplicate. We're going to duplicate it. And you can play around with this, guys. You can definitely play around with this. And now that we have our image, we're going to click on the dark-looking, background thing that I have placed. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to duplicate that one as well, and we're going to delete the previous one. So here we go. We're going to go and delete that. Okay, then we're going to click on the very bottom image. And then we are going to basically move this down just a tad, just like that. All right, here we go. And it's basically like that. You can also have the image to basically go a little sideways. So here we go. And you can put as many wallpapers as you want. You know what I mean? So like it's pretty cool. If you want a certain different image, well, look no further. We're gonna click I don't know. Let's see. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do a disturbed looking logo. All right. Why not? We're blending everything together this time around. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to do that. Alright. Make sure it's centered, you know. Make sure it's centered. You want it to be nice and neat, you know. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into animations. We're going to do the same thing like we did with the other image. And we're just basically going to flicker. Right? Then we're going to go down to the dark background thing. We're going to duplicate that once more. Then we're going to delete the previous. Now, watch this. So that's that, and I'm gonna add another image just to show you how this all works, basically. You know what I mean? So, let's do, I don't know. Let's do an Events Info logo. Why not? Right? So let's go and do that. It's basically putting images. Let's go and do that. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. All right. Let's go ahead and do the same animations. Okay, and then flicker. There we go. All right. Put it the same way as the others. Then we're going to click our little dark background here. We're going to duplicate that once more. Then we're going to delete. And then we're going to play. Here we go. Pretty cool, right? We're gonna do one more image. We're gonna do one more image. Let's I don't know. Just to show you the gist of it, you know what I mean? Screw it. Let's do a little bit of a Netronic here. We're just blending everything together this time. Alright. Let's go ahead and get that to a perfect looking, a perfect looking placement there. There we go. And we're gonna basically use our thumb and finger to drag this across. There we go. Then we're going to duplicate the dark background image again. Then we're going to delete the previous one. Then we're going to click on our bottom image here. We're going to give it some animations. We're going to do some fading and some flicker. All right, here we go. Just go ahead and play the tune. Let's do it. Pretty freaking cool, right? That's right. It is. It really, really, really is. It's a little bit loud there. All right. But yeah, so for instance, if you're doing that, you got to think, okay, if I'm making this one particular artist like Disturb, a Vincent Fold, or somewhere along those lines, right? You would want to find like multiple wallpapers of Disturb or Vincent Fold, and then you basically add it together, and that's how you create that. That's how I get my Disturb lyrical videos to basically do what they do with the logo and everything. It's just multiple different background wallpapers, even screenshots, right? Like I screenshot half of the music video and stuff, and then I added it here and there and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty creative doing things like that. And if you want, you can also go into effect, right? The effect section. So let's click effect. Now, just like the lyrical placement, titles and stuff like that you can download. Same thing with the effects. We can do interference, which is pretty cool. I sometimes use interference. Most times I use digital cache, just like that. Interference makes it a little bit darker, pops more a little bit, Digital cache, it's basically just a glitch over the wallpaper. But there's many different ones that you can just play around with, you know what I mean, or download that you're accustomed to. But this is how I get the glitchiness to appear. We're gonna go to animations. Gonna do the same thing like we did with the images, and you can have this flicker as well. But I'll get into that. Let's go ahead and press play. This is what it looks like. Basically like that. Or you can have the effects to basically do the same thing like the other images are doing. So here we go. So many pop-ups. You can kind of sort of see a difference, kind of, maybe not, I don't know, but yeah, it's there, So we're gonna go ahead and turn that off. But yeah, like I said, there's multiple different ones that you can do. Play around with it, see what you like, and there you go, you know what I mean? That's how you make the wallpapers look a bit more unique in a way. But now that I showed you that, let's get on with the other animations, right? Man, so many pop-ups. So don't worry about the pop-ups. They're not important. What's important is the video. So, how do I get the flames to work? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. So, we're going to go ahead and basically try it this way. Now, I already have it downloaded, but what you do is you go into the internet. We're going to click the Roman numeral 3 looking lines here. It's TikTok. Let's see. Yeah. Gonna go into your internet app, right? And what we're going to do, which I already had it typed in, but you're going to basically type in flames GIF, right? Search. Now you're going to have a bunch of these different looking, flame effects and stuff. Like for instance, like that. Pretty cool, right? I don't know if that one works. Oh yeah, no, it does. What about this one? Some of them work, some of them don't. There's different ones. It's pretty cool looking. But yeah, like I said, on the previous video, same thing. That's how you get it to download, you know, and all that stuff. And yeah. And you can do this with multiple things. Like, you can, like, say if you want, I don't know, smoke, right? A smoke GIF. Check that out. See what I mean? There's multiple ones and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. What about this one? Yeah, there's just multiple ones. You can even do it with lightning. Obviously, you got to find the perfect one, right? Where it's not like looking like it's like, you know, restarting itself, if that makes sense. Lightning. Check this out. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? Those are just different ones. I don't know if there's chains, but we'll you know, we'll check it out. Why not? Chains. Let's see. There is. Pretty cool, right? Not sure if that one works. Some of them don't work, like I said. Some of them don't work. That one works. Yeah, there's multiple ones, guys. You just got to go through, find the one that's unique to you. And, yeah, or you can just copy the ones I have. Oh, there's also flaming ashes, like, things like that. Like I said, there's just multiple ones, guys. It's pretty cool. So now, how do we apply that? Well, same thing with layer. We go to layer. We're back in KineMaster, so let's go to layer. I have it in my music section, so let's go ahead and scroll all the way down and basically choose the flame that I choose, right? And you're probably wondering how you know, the black box, how do you get rid of the black box and stuff, right? I'm going to show you. Don't worry. I am going to show you. I'm going to give it the same animations. Just like that. Okay, we're going to do that a little bit. Just like that. And like that. There we go. Alright. Basically, we're going to click on our flame image. We're going to go all the way down till we see blending. Click blending. Now, there's these multiple, you know, stuff. As you can see, the black box disappeared as I went on to one of them, right? For me, personally, it's add. I like to do add. So, here we go. Alright, so it's right there. Remember, the orange line pinpoints of what sections is there, like there is in the song. So here we go. Pretty cool, right? You can also have the flames flicker if you like. And it will look like this. Here we go. Pretty cool, right? I know. I know. You can also, what you can do is we can duplicate this. And we can turn this around. Like I said, you can customize to how you like it, basically. We're going to put it on the upside down part here. And this is what it's going to look like. Pretty cool, right? You can even add, let's say, a little bit of ashes, right? Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna do this, make it more expansive, just like that. Alright, animations, we're going to do the same thing. And just like what we did with the flames, we're going to go to blending. I'm going to go to add, but you can play around with whatever you like. But this is what it's going to look like. And that's basically it. That's basically it with the wallpapers and certain animations and stuff like that. You can also basically use different other apps that have different effects for you to use and stuff. Whether it's on premium or like for free, you can apply that to your video and it will download a different version of the video. It will download a different version of the video with that particular effect. You can only put one effect at a time, so when you download the video, you click that same video and reapply it to the, to the other app, and then add another effect to it, basically. So you can basically mix and match and stuff like that with other apps and stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. That's how I do it with certain lyrical videos. So yeah, that's one of the advanced ways of doing things. Now on to how we create. We're gonna duplicate these because they were too far back with the images. But yeah, so now we're going to figure out how we make our lyrical placements a little more advanced, a little more interesting, a little more detailed, right? So let's jump straight into it. Let me not waste your time. So for now, we're gonna go like this, searching. Then we're gonna duplicate it. Duplicate. We're gonna do this a little bit. Just like that. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to basically do it this way. Like that. We're going to duplicate this again. Just like that. Man, so many pop-ups. Mostly YouTube pop-ups. Alright. But finding none. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and play it.
Searching for meaning, but finding none.
You can basically have it like that. You can basically have it like this, which will take a lot more time than what a simple lyrical video creation can be. So, if, like I said, if you want more detail into your lyrical videos, if you wanted to, you know, pop a little more and stuff like that, this is the way to do it. So, and yes, it will take you days upon days to get this stuff done, unless if you don't sleep as much, which I recommend you sleep. But if you don't sleep as much, you could probably get this done maybe around 1 or 2 days, right around that, depending how long the the lyrical video itself is, right? And if I'm not mistaken, the more stuff you add to the lyrical video, the more gigabytes or kilobytes or something adds up, right? Or megabytes or whatever. I could be wrong on that, but you know, that's what I think. But yeah, here's another advanced way of doing things. So we're gonna basically color these all black. Color these lyrical placements black for now. All right. Get them all like that. There we go. And we're gonna duplicate. And we're gonna change the color on the duplication one. All right. So then we're gonna go ahead and do this. This is the easiest way of doing things. And you kind of want to have it centered a little perfect, you know, like not where it's all over the place and stuff. But yeah, you basically do it this way. All right, we're going to click on the one that we had. And we're basically going to do it this way. There we go. Duplicate. So many pop-ups. We're gonna do meaning. Like I said, this is the long way of doing things, guys. But it's well worth it in the end once your project is completely done. And you also keep in mind, like when you're making these and stuff, there is copyright, you know. It doesn't you know, like all that hard work can go to waste if your video gets blocked in every single area known to man, you know, or known to anybody, right? All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do this. Make sure you take your thumb or finger and drag it across the, you know, across things. Okay. Yes. Oh, here we go. I thought I actually did it right. All right, here we go. Just gonna do that. Just like that. Make sure it's centered just a bit, you know. Doesn't have to be perfect, but at least it has to at least match, you know what I mean? That way it just looks good. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and do finding. Let's put that down here. Make sure it applies to the thingy. There we go. As you can see, this takes a lot more time, guys. Doing it this way, that is. Finding none. Alright. Looks centered enough. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way up. And we're going to delete the previous one here. Look for the big ones. The big outline ones, right? Just like that. Alright, here we go, guys. You could do it this way.
Searching for meaning, but finding none. Hopes.
You also have to make sure it aligns with the lyrics. Because like I said, you don't want the lyrics to come too late or too early, right? So you kind of have to think where he's saying that at. Alright, here we go.
Searching for meaning, but find.
Aha! I have found my mistake. Alright. Alright, let's try that.
Searching for meaning, but finding none. Hope slips away.
So you can basically do it that way, guys. Basically. There's also another way. And I'm going to get into that. So what we're going to do, for the second lyrical placement here, we're going to basically color this black. Why not? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this one. We're going to apply it to right here. Oh, just like that. And we're basically going to do it this way. Sometimes you got to play around with it. There we go. It didn't want to go in. All right, we're going to duplicate that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do it this way. We're going to do slips. Okay. All right, there we go. We're going to duplicate that one as well. You're seeing how I'm doing this, basically. So you can basically play around with a lot of things, guys. Make it unique to you, you know what I mean? And again, I wasn't taught how to do all this stuff, guys. I just basically downloaded an app, played around with it. That's basically all I did. Alright. Let's go and do that. As on the previous video, I had an H on the lyrical placement, which that was wrong. Also, make sure your lyrical placements is at least 100% correct, because you know people not only want to listen to it, but they also want to know like the actual, you know, lyrical, you know, what's being said in the lyrics, basically. They don't want false lyrics. No false lyrics. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, here we go. Don't worry about what's happening in the background, guys. Just worry about the video. Alright. Here we go. There's that. So we come. Oh, come on. Center. There. Close enough. Close enough. Alright. There we go. Undone. I cannot type for shit. Perfect. Alright. Now, you can have it basically do this. Here we go.
Meaning, but finding none. Hope slips away as we.
Okay, I see where I messed up there. Just like that. Like that. Like that. Alright. Let me go ahead and play it again.
For meaning, but finding none. Hope slips away as we come undone.
Basically like that, guys. That's how it works. That's literally how it works. And like I said, you can have it in certain areas if you like, you know. Whatever, you know, you feel that is best for your own ways of making a lyrical video. So there's that. There is also ways to basically split them apart, which is what I do a lot at the ending portion of a lyrical video, which is another unique aspect to my lyrical videos. You can split it apart. You can split it even more apart if you like. And it would look like something like this. Oh, there we go. It will look like this. You can even expand your lyrics if you like to make them a little more bigger. You know? It would look like that. Or it can look like basically, let's see, basically like that, you know. There's multiple ways of doing this. So that's that pretty much. I'm just gonna put that back. So now on to the glitchy lyrical placements. How do I make those? I'm gonna show you. We're just going to basically use the title of this, Nitroverts. And there we go. Again, don't worry about what's happening in the background, guys. Alright, we're going to do the same animations like we did with the wallpapers, okay? And for this one, I'm actually going to basically do it this way. And do it this way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flicker this particular lyrical placement, alright? And then what I will do, this is how I do things. Ready? Here we go. We're going to duplicate it. I'm going to take my thumb or finger and slide it across just like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you multiple ways of doing this, like different versions of how I do it, but this is one of them. Just like that. Or I basically can do it this way. Here we go. Just like that, right? Now, I'm going to show you multiple ways on how I do this stuff. So we're going to put that back to where it is. We're going to duplicate. Just like this. Alright, this is number 2. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, this is the final bit. And you can do it multiple ways too if you like. Play around with it. You never know. Okay, we're going to do it that way. Let's see. Right there. Okay. And right there. Alright. Basically like that, right? Uh, it, it it's pretty simple. It really is. It's really really simple. There's just ways of doing it, and yeah. Uh, I'm also going to duplicate this. I'm going to show you how I basically merge certain lyrics together. So what we're going to do with all these, we're going to go into the animations. I'm going to go to the out animation. We're going to scroll all the way down till we see diverge. I'm going to put these all diverge. Okay? Put them all diverge animation. Okay. There we go. Then we're going to go to the other one, and we're going to go into the end animation. We're going to do converge. Okay? We're going to do the same thing with the other one. Converge. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and do it this way. Just like that. Alright. Must be a little too fast. Let's do that. Just a bit, just a bit. Alright, there we go. Let's try that. And that's basically it. Like, that's how I merge certain things in some aspects. But yeah, that's that. I can also do it this way. And watch this. So what we're going to do, I'm sure you've seen me do this a couple times. Or seen my lyrical videos do this a couple times where, you know, I add a little bit of, you know, background portion of lyrics and stuff like that onto the video. And what we're going to do, we're going to go into the blending. I'm going to choose add. You can choose whatever you like, but I'm going to choose add. And we're going to stay in blending. And you see this 100% bar here? We're going to tone that down just a bit. Just like that. Put it to 59. Alright, check this out, guys. Pretty cool, right? I can even do it this way, too. I'm sure you've seen it this way before. Here we go. Pretty cool, right? So that's basically it, guys. That's how I do things. That's all I had to say. I know this was a long guided how-to type video, but you know, I had to showcase a lot of things, a lot of techniques that I know and stuff like that that maybe you can use for your lyrical videos. Who knows? Who knows? Play around with it. You'll you'll be surprised what you can do. You'll be surprised what you can do. And like I said, keep in mind, not every lyrical video is going to, you know, um, basically, gonna be on YouTube in a way. You know what I mean? Like say you make a certain lyrical video and then YouTube blocks it like completely, right? Well, there's a solution to that, and the platform name is called Rumble. Download it. Trust me. Yeah, that's where you can save lyrical videos like that there. But yeah, if that if that ever happens, do not appeal the copyright claims. Do not appeal anything that gets copyright claimed, because in the end, they're gonna shut you down and give you a strike to your channel, which that's never cool, man. It's never cool. But YouTube is YouTube. Rules are rules, and yeah. But there's also Rumble, go check out Rumble. Rumble is a free platform. It works exactly like YouTube, but their rules are different over there. Go check out Rumble. But other than that, thanks for watching. I am RDXRZ, the Reaper Death, Resurrect the Zombies, signing out. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you've learned something from this. So yeah, Reaper out, guys. Peace.